Okay, close. Okay, close.
Alrighty, I have been putting together covers, and now I just have to very carefully put my tape back where it belongs. And I don't think I need that right now. So I'm just trying to clean myself some space. I did some playing with spray ink last week, and it's very nice. Lily is waving, by the way, to everybody. It's very nice. The silver is very nice. It's actually like textured, but I don't think this would look good as a cover. So I'm probably going to cover it with paper. I'm probably going to use this side as the cover. And I really liked doing the book pages. Lil, what did I say? That's fine, but do it quietly. Sorry, I have both kids in here tonight. So it's a little noisy in my life. The baby took a late nap, so she's hanging out in here with her sister. These pages are so nice and antiqued. I love them. Well, what did I just say? I'm going to mute this for 1 second. Okay. And I have to find my glue. This carpet tape is amazing for spines. You know, like if you use... She'll be okay. If you use Tyvek, this stuff works the same way, where it makes the spine strong. And I get it at Lowe's. It's kind of expensive for a roll, but you can do quite a few spines with it. Unless you do like I used to do, and I used to wrap it around the spine, not realizing that it's just as useful to give it one coat, you know, one layer. You don't gotta go around the whole spine. Huh. Silly me, silly me. So I hope everybody is doing well tonight. Thank you for coming to hang out. Good thing I just covered up a really ugly phrase on this paper. You know, the Bible had some ugly phrases in it. Oof. This is going to be my third cover that I have finished. Which it's like it takes forever to do these covers. You know, if you're trying to make them look really nice, it takes forever. You know, which I'm trying to measure things out nicely and have things line up nicely.
Take this.
But it doesn't matter about this part, 'cause this part's going to be covered up anyway, but still, I like it to look nice. I want it to look nice. I hope that everybody is having a good week and getting some crafting done. Oh, maybe I should change my chat in case it's not working again.
Mom, why is no one coming?
They're just hanging out, honey. Ooh, hey. See, I did not even see you guys again until I changed my chat. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to change it every single time.
What's that?
That's Jamie
Really?
right there. Yeah.
Well, what are those two things?
You got some butterflies up there.
Butterflies?
Mhm.
He colored them for me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, Jamie, they're just, wreaking havoc. Typical things.
Can you draw me a picture of me smiling like that?
Go play, honey, okay?
Okay.
I can't believe YouTube does that. I can't see who it is unless I can't see any chat unless I have it on live chat. It did that to me the last time too. Uh-oh. What's going on over there now? I know. She is so sweet.
Lo, why don't you come try to get her to and play with her in her playpen over here so Mama can have the room quiet. Listen, I don't want to hear why. I'm out here. Go in there and play with something and she'll follow.
I usually get the baby in bed at this time, but she took a late nap today, so she is like ready to party, which is rough. Which is rough for mom. I hope goes to bed. I hope she goes to bed early tonight for me at least. Oh, Jamie, it goes by so fast. It goes by so quickly. I cannot believe how fast time goes by when you have children. It's real when they say don't blink because all of a sudden it's over, Oh, see? She gets mad. She gets mad easily. She's got a temper for sure. That kid's gonna have a temper. Yeah, it's like I cannot believe how fast it goes by. It's crazy. You know, it's like even my oldest now, she's like so independent. She doesn't need her mommy anymore. I know, like that's what I'm like, that's what's starting with my oldest. She's, you know, she's starting to do everything herself. So I guess that's part of the beauty of parenthood is just, you know, savoring every stage, you know, enjoying every stage. And then they get older and they become your friends, you know.
I can hang out for a few minutes.
Gotta let this dry. What, Lil?
Is it dinner time for me? Is that why Daddy said that?
Well, yeah, if he said it, then that means it's time to put him on. I was just thinking about you today, Jamie. It's funny you showed up. How are you? How is everything in your life? I haven't seen you in a while.
Well, tell that again. See, that is it.
I'm dreading it. I'm dreading teenage years. No teenage years. Okay, Lo. Just put your clothes on. $20 just yesterday. Oh, you think so?
Tell him.
Yeah.
He said that it would be birthday yesterday. Huh?
I hear you, Jamie. I can't handle the news. Like, I can't stand the news. I'm so sick and tired of bad news. And it seems like the internet, you know, like you go on Facebook and that's all people post is bad news everywhere. I live 800 miles away, so I don't have family drama. I moved. I left the family drama.
I was someday I had an idea.
Someday you can.
When?
When you're a grown up.
When I'm a grown up?
Yeah.
And you guys are gone?
No, you can do it when we're still alive.
No, and when you guys are gone?
Okay.
No. Make a little kid live video.
Yeah.
Little kids that one time.
Lily has been really big into metal detecting lately. So we're going to get her her own little camera so she can make videos of it. Not tonight, honey, okay?
Why?
Because I'm doing this tonight. We'll do that tomorrow night, okay? Yeah, avoid as much of the stress as you can, because especially if you're dealing with medical problems, it's just going to make it worse. Stress just makes everything worse. Stress just makes you feel terrible.
This time?
Yep, we can do that tomorrow. Just me and you, okay? It's just so funny that I see you, because I was just thinking about you today. I said, I wonder how Jamie's doing. I haven't seen her in a while now, you know? So I have been thinking about you, Mama. I've been thinking about you. I love our little community. I love our little crafty community here on YouTube, and I'm always thinking about the lovely ladies that I'm in my family. And we just been doing it in our yard, but you know, because I mean, you know, the guy who lived here before, he used the whole yard was like a dump for him. So they did find an old brass lipstick tube, which was pretty cool. And they found lots of rusty nails and some random like farming things, hooks and pieces of chain and stuff like that. So they have been, yeah, they've been having a lot of fun. But the metal detector that they've been using is an old one of my husband's. So he's been pricing out, newer ones that we can use in the river because there's rivers nearby, and he wants to use it in the water. And it all started because he started watching this one kid on YouTube who does it, and the kid's actually local, and this kid has a lot of fun with it. I just want to find like diamond rings and stuff. I want to find the jewels. I know. I've been looking at those ones too, She has a lot of fun with it. She likes to do anything outside. She likes being outside. This one. She spent the whole week outside. Because it's been so nice here. It's been in the 70s every day this week. So she's been playing outside.
William?
What? I'll pick on my toy.
Yeah, I'll share it to you. I said to go down this room and pick up the toys. You see these right here? You get them off the house. Wait a minute. I didn't ask you.
I'm gonna use these images on these covers that I found on Graphics Fairy, I think, or Pinterest. I don't know. I was looking everywhere for pictures. So I found some that I could print out for, to make prayer journals to sell at the craft fair I'm going to. Oh my goodness, Jamie. No thanks. We're back home up in Massachusetts. They're getting freezing rain. They're getting freezing rain tonight. So it's going to be a mess in the morning.
I want plants too.
Yep. Finish picking up.
What?
Hello. When you find something to quiet, you give up. I want to quit doing that.
Oh my goodness. That is cold. I thought the cold was over. The weather in New York that my family's getting in Massachusetts tonight, because they are getting some yucky stuff. These were the first covers that I did. I was just waiting for the Yes paste to dry. This was the first one I did, and then that's the cover inside. But the problem is this old paper is so brittle, so it's cracking all along the spine. So I'm going to put some lace on the spines after I stitch my signatures in, because I don't want you to have to see that cracking, whoever owns it. And then in here I got this coming up, so I'll probably have to trim that off. But they're coming along, slowly but surely. They're coming. you know, it's like when you try and make something nice, you try and make something look nice, you know, it always ends, it's like so time consuming, you know, you try and get it just right. You got to do it just right. And then I got a bunch of these that I printed off, and I cut them all up this morning. So I got a whole bunch of printables. These are all free. I got all these for free online. So you can find them. You can find them. Ew. Thanks. That's the second one of those I found in here. They're like little itty bitty bugs. That's the second one I found in here today, like in my house. It is warm. It's getting warm out, so it seems like every year some other bug shows up in our lives and it starts to get a little warm. But I went to Hobby Lobby last week and they had these pages for 25 cents a piece, which I usually don't buy scrapbook paper, but I bought this paper because it was 25 cents a piece, and I'm working on these journals, so I figured these would make nice covers. So I was thinking about doing these for covers. Yeah, last year we had an infestation of those like little centipede things. They were little, they weren't very big, and they took over our lives last spring. That would look nice with this paper as a cover. That would look nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. The only problem is that my covers are bigger than 12 by 12, so I can't do the whole thing in one sheet. So I can do one cover. I guess I could. I just would have to do a different spine. No, and that would be my luck. It would, like, you know, move in and start crawling all over my skin. Yuck. Don't want that. Do this. I have even been using my cutter, even though the blade on it is getting a little dull. But this is the We Are Memory Keepers scoreboard and cutter, which is nice if you want to spend a fortune on blades. I'm not going to do book pages on that one. That one I think I'm going to do scrapbook. And then, you know, because the book pages are so brittle. So I'm probably going to put another piece of paper on this over the spine on that one. Those book pages are so brittle. It's from a Bible from like the 40s, I think. That's the one thing, like I love these old books, but man, the pages are so brittle and dry from sitting for so long on shelves, you know. But I came into a bunch of books recently, and one of them was a set of those Audubon books. They're a Audubon nature encyclopedias, and there's like 12 of them. So I listed them on eBay, hoping they didn't sell, but they sold today. I was like, that'd be my luck. I want those books, and they sold, but that's fine because I really don't need any more books right now. I really have plenty of books in my life. Trust me when I say I have plenty of books in my life. I'm going to start at line since I can see that one very well. I'm probably going to find like a piece of scrap to put on the spine of this one. But I'm going to move my cutter because I'm probably going to be using that again. So I figured 1, 2. But this carpet tape, if you go to like Home Depot or Lowe's, it's about $8 a roll, I think. And it works great for spines, and it's very, very sticky since it's meant for, you know, sticking carpet down. The Yes paste is a great glue. It's very, very sticky. But man, once it gets everywhere, everything is sticky, sticky, sticky. But I learned from Shannon Green that you can wet it, and it goes a lot farther when you give it a little spritz. So that's what I've been doing lately. It spreads a lot nicer when you get it a little wet. Yeah, it really only takes a very thin, thin layer. But I had no idea I could use water with it, so I was so excited. Because when I was using this before, I was like, man, this stuff is like so thick, you know? But then I started wetting it. But when I'm doing the cover in one sheet of paper, this is what I've been doing because Yes Paste holds up very well. But I love the permanence of the Yes Paste because there's only one thing I found so far that the Yes Paste did not hold up against, and that was wallpaper. Believe it or not. I did a cover with wallpaper, and the Yes Paste just did not want to hold the wallpaper down. I was able to just peel it right back up, which shocked me because I figured Yes Paste works for everything, but not that. So the Aleene's, I used Aleene's on that, and it did work because I globbed it on thick. I know, I was shocked. I was shocked. I don't know if it's just maybe the Yes Paste. I don't know. Maybe it's like some kind of a reaction. I don't know. Or a non-reaction. I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. I was shocked though, because this stuff really works for everything I've ever used it for. I mean, let me rephrase. The Aleene's has helped. I don't know if it's gonna want to peel up someday down the road. It was just it wasn't very thick. It was like kind of like a cheap wallpaper my aunt had used in her bathroom, and she gave me the remnants of it. So it was really pretty, but it wasn't like a really high end wallpaper. It wasn't, you know, some kind of super quality. You know, this is gonna be too thin, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find something. Yeah, me too. I've had good luck with everything, except for that, which surprised me.
Well, let's see what it
I'm gonna find a piece of paper to use on the spine. Let's see what I've got. I need to try it now. Okay, do it and report back. That's your homework. That's your homework for the night. Alright, let's see what I have for paper.
Okay, so maybe
I could use paper that looks like lace on the spine. Well, I bought that scoreboard, and it's a scoreboard with the cutter on it. And the blades for it, when I first bought the thing, I bought it because the blades were a 2-pack for like $4. Now it's a 2-pack for like $12. I was so mad. I was like, I never would have bought this stupid thing. And I've only owned it. I have only owned it for about a year. So it's not like it's old, you know, but the blade on that is, I've already worn one out, and I have another, and the other one is wearing out. So my next investment, I think, is going to be that Fiskars cutter that doesn't need to, you don't have to replace the blades on it. It's, you know, they have it for like $70, I think, on Amazon, which is worth it to me if I don't have to buy blades, because I'm not paying $12 for a cutter that, you know, only cuts through cardstock. It won't even cut through anything heavy, you know. I just gotta wipe up my S page, because once you get it on you, once you get it somewhere a little bit, it's everywhere. Oh, you don't have to do that. Use it, because Fiskars is lifetime warranty on all of their stuff. It's worth it. It's worth the money for the Fiskars for sure. But I was pretty mad about that. I was pretty mad about those blades when I saw that how much that price went up. Oh. Ooh, sorry. Earthquake. Well, can I give you something for it at least? Because I don't want to just take it. Maybe 3 inches would be nice. The rotary cutter, maybe that's the one I looked at. That might be the one that I looked at. I don't remember. I don't remember which one I looked at, but I do know that I didn't have to replace the blades on it. That looked nice. Did she like the card? Did she like the coloring pages? I just know of somebody who has a sister with either a sister or an aunt. I don't remember. But I did that for her too, and her aunt loved it. Oh, good. I'm glad. Because I sent coloring pages to a lot of the kids and stuff, and I was like, I'll bet you she would like this. Because I mean, I like to color even, When Lily gets in a coloring mood, I'm excited. You don't have to send me a cutter as a thank you. Let me at least pay you the shipping. Let me give you something. I am glad she liked the coloring pages though, because I wasn't sure at first, and I was like, well, you know what? She'd probably like it. That is really sweet. That is so sweet.
Is Joy a boy? Is a boy name?
No, honey, Joy is a girl.
More fun coming. Two fun things.
Go find something to do for a minute, okay? You are such a sweetheart. I try to be good people, I try. I do get aggravated at the grocery store though. I get mad at Walmart pretty easily. And I have to go grocery shopping, and I like dread it because I know what's coming. I will so much. And if you decide that you want something for it, just let me know, because even the shipping, because that's a big item. I agree. Oh, see, I'm peeling that paper up by doing this. I just got a gorgeous ATC today from a lovely lady named Bill. And it is beautiful. I'm going to make a tuck spot in my journal and put it in there. I was hoping that she would come in tonight. Maybe she will before I get off of here, but I was hoping that she would come in tonight so I could show it off, but I'll show you girls anyway. She sent this ATC. First of all, she made this cute little envelope, and she sent me this beautiful card. Look at how cute that is, right? So that was a really nice surprise in the mail today. It is pretty, and I feel bad because I don't make a lot of ATCs. That's just not something I really ever got into much, but I'm going to make something for her too. And I'm going to make something for you too for sending me that beautiful cutter. This has to dry. This has to dry. I love crafty surprises too. And, especially things that people really put their heart and soul into, because you can just feel the soul, You really can. This stuff is still wet. Oh, it's necessary. It might not be today, and it might not be next week, but it's going to come. good things will come your way. I promise. I promise. I could stick my picture down on here. I was thinking about putting her down in the corner, like, you know, I thought this would be nice, down in the corner. Instead of having it smacked out in the middle, put it down in the corner here. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the tacky glue for this, because I do like Aleene's for the pictures on the covers. My neighbor is out he's out dirt biking. Here I am. I'm like such an old lady. I'm like, oh my God, it's 8 o'clock at night. This is like the middle of the night. He's out there on a dirt bike. That's what the little old lady inside of me is saying. I was having coffee. At first I was like, oh, because I printed out 5 of these. Just let me see if this one. This is starting to dry at all here. Glass this with some heat, maybe. No, YouTube has been causing, I don't know if it's YouTube or if it's my internet, but a lot of people are having problems with buffering lately, it seems like. Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm glad. I had tested out some spray inks that I bought from a woman online a while back. And I have this one that's like a silver, and it's really nice. It's actually like textured. You can see the silver, like how I spray. Yeah, everyone is buffering. You know, like even Shelly, and I never saw her videos buffer before. And even she's been buffering. So it's definitely got to be YouTube. And like I was watching Care Hart last week, and she was buffering so bad every single day. And she's never buffered before like that. If she ever did, it was small amounts. This paper just like breaks. It's so old. Alright, get rid of my scrappies here. My paper crumbs, as they were calling it the other night. I think I've seen people that were talking about using like matte medium on it or a gel medium on it. And, you know, that's what they do with the old pages, which I bet you that does work. But what I fear is that where I live, those matte mediums, they stay tacky forever. And then anything that it comes in contact with that has even the slightest sheen will stick to it. So that's my fear. You know what I've been doing lately that has actually really worked well? Just a tip of advice is I bought myself a gallon of Elmer's glue, Glue-All, and I've been putting it in these small bottles. So I fill the bottle up about 3/4 of the way with the glue and then just put about a quarter with water, and I shake it, and it's acting like a matte medium. You know, like it dries pretty flat, and it is not tacky at all when it's done. Whereas every matte medium, I even tried this Walmart one, and even this Walmart one was very, very tacky. I was very disappointed when everything I did got stuck together, you know. But just a tip of advice, the Glue-All really helped. The Glue-All really helped with the tackiness. Let's see. I had to reprint because I ran out of ink on my printer, which I then found out. Hi, Jamie. How are you today, sweetheart? I found out that the cheap printer I bought takes like $1 million ink. So I'm hoping that this extra large cartridge that I bought lasts longer than 10 minutes, or I am going to be one unhappy sailor. I know. It'll dry right out. Oh, I'm good, Jamie. You missed all the commotion a little while ago. The kids were in here and they were yelling and singing, going nuts. You missed the party. The scream party. It is fun. Last night, I had the baby in here last night. She's a year old. So she's not quite walking yet, but she was playing in my trash. I'm trying to make a video, and she's taking things out of my trash. And then she's putting toys in the trash, which is fun. She's wanting to throw things out. On these, I might put... Oh, it's a blast. It's a blast. I have no room here. My whole table is being taken over. No space at all. Actually, I'm going to save this, I think, for my covers. For the, you know. Ooh, but I got this pretty music paper, too. That was 25 cents at Hobby Lobby. You know, I don't usually, like I said, I don't usually buy the scrapbook paper, but for 25 cents, how could you not? How could you not? Why, are you cheating the ink system? Are you cheating the ink system? I wish I could cheat the ink system. I just can't cheat them. I'm afraid to use all my pretty paper. I've been forcing myself to use up scrapbook paper. Because I have, you know, my special stash. So, you know, I have my special ink that is for special projects. I can't even see my line that I made on here before. Measure it against this one. No, it is a great deal if you use it regularly. right, but I don't print regularly. I bought a Canon and my ink is like, I did it again. Oh my goodness gracious. What's the matter with me? But my ink was $60 for the ink. I'm like, oh. But yeah, I have like my special paper that I don't touch for whatever reason. Like there's going to be some kind of crafting apocalypse where all nice scrapbook paper is going to be, you know, gone, but I'll be all set because I have the pretty stuff. Wow, that is some serious printing. Oh my goodness gracious. I couldn't print that much if I tried. I'm gonna start printing more though. These cartridges are not gonna go bad like they so often do for me. These ones are not gonna go bad. Wow, this doesn't want to take the Yes Paste because I had tried shoe polish on here. Yeah, I bought a Canon printer for $40 and the ink just cost me $56. Wow, this really doesn't want to take this glue. I'm going to use Aleene's then. Yeah, the homeschool, I bet that takes a lot of ink. What am I doing? I'm using Aleene's. Yeah, you cannot put Yes Paste on something that's oily at all, apparently. It's just beaded up. It's not even, I'd be like afraid to use it. So there, we've learned two things tonight that we cannot use Yes Paste on. Wallpaper and shoe polish. My husband had an oil company and we printed in that office like, you know, hundreds of sheets of paper a day, hundreds. And he bought one of those HP desk jets, you know, the ones that are for business, the inkjets that are for business. And that printer took a beating and we printed hundreds of sheets every day. We were changing cartridges. We probably only changed the cartridges like every couple of months. And that printer died on us recently because we weren't using it and it was done. It was done. I was like, I'm not going to pay to change the print heads again because I had just changed them a couple of years. You know, I changed them just before we moved, you know? So I'm like, I'm not going to do this again. I'm going to just leave this like this. I think it looks all right. But yeah, I could not believe it that as soon as we stopped using that printer, it died. But it was a really good printer. That HP printer was really good. I had bought an HP printer for dirt cheap too, but I had left it in storage, so it really got all screwed up on me. And it started like leaking the ink out. So That didn't go over too well. So I had to get rid of that one too. Which is perfect. That's like perfect. I would probably do, with the way I've been starting to print things out, not like I'm, this print genie, but I've been printing more lately. That would probably be something I would do, would be the $3 a month. That would make sense for me if I got, I would get, and if this Canon gives me any trouble, I would probably switch it. But for now, this printer's doing okay, and this is the first time I bought ink for it, so I'm going to see how long this ink lasts like. Printers are like such a headache. Really? Oh, see, because that works. That would be perfect for me too, because there might be some months like right now I'm doing a lot of printing because I got that craft fair coming up in April. So I'm doing a lot of printing for that, and I'm going to be printing a lot of labels and stuff. Well, hello, Miss Susan. Thank you for coming to party with us fine feathered folks. Another tip of advice with these brittle pages, lovely people, is finger glue, because they break around the edges. So I just take my finger and go with the way, with the tear, like it wants to tear, it wants to come up on this side. So I just give it a very thin bead, and then I just shove it in that crack, I'm good tonight, Susan. It's been beautiful here this week, so I cannot complain about the weather. I'm very happy to be out of the cold, but it's going to get cold again next week. But that's fine. We have to finish working. We started the renovations in the bedrooms upstairs, so my kids can officially have a bedroom. And this room that I'm in right now, which is a bedroom / living room / craft room, can officially be a living room. And then my craft room can move out to my shop outside once we put a roof on it and some walls. This side, no, it's got a little peel up right here. So I'm going to just take this and just squirt it in there. That's sunk right in. But I'm loving this Elmer's glue all because you can't see it. You don't see it like you do with the Mod Podge. You see the lines from the paintbrush, and you don't with this. I know. I have to replace one wall. We have to put windows. We have to put the windows in. And once I get that building done, it's 20 by 20. And I'm also going to be making my soap in there. So I'm going to have that going on in there. And once that's finished, I'm going to do like retreats right there. Even if it's just local stuff, I am going to, even if it's just local people. Yeah, 20 by 20. It's like perfect. It's perfect. I'm going to put in running water because I'm going to need it. And, we're going to build a small septic for it. I did not know that about Elmer's Glue All, but that's amazing. I'm going to keep that in mind because I got some old concrete stuff that's going to be needing some doing. Yeah, they're going to be in there too. But like, you know, I don't have a huge property, but I definitely have enough room on my property for campers, you know? So if you show up with a camper, you're more than welcome to stay, set up, you know? Oh, that's amazing. I did not know that with cement. That is great. What a terrific idea. I really got lucky because I bought this gallon of Elmer's Glue All from Amazon for their Black Friday, and it was $8.99 for a gallon of Glue All, which if you buy it a lot, you know that that's a good price. It's usually like 13 bucks. So down here with the cement, like we have 2 chimneys. Well, technically we have 3, but we have 2 of them that we're having a problem with. They used river sand to make the cement with, which river sand has a lot of lime. So the cement on my chimneys is actually crumbling and falling off, which is scary. You know, I have like chimney destruction. Oh, trust me, Jamie, I'm going through the same thing right now, learning all kinds of fun construction things about old houses and about how they go together and about how not to do things. Yeah, tell me about it. And one of the cement jobs we did was my husband, the one corner of our house was not being supported. It was just floating in midair. There was no foundation under it. So my husband goes like a diligent little worker and he buys a bag of cement, right? And mixes it and puts it in place and then uses the rest to build a hearth around the fireplace. I have a place in my bedroom. So he uses the rest to build a nice hearth around the fireplace. Well, we learned from the hearth cement, that bag he bought was no good after it was already under the house. So we haven't done anything about it because it's under the house. So we're pretty much just hoping that it stays okay. But what kind of luck is that? I mean, honestly, your cement, you buy a bag of cement and it falls apart. Oh, we are so mad. We are so mad because the hearth in there, like when you step on it or you touch it, it's like powder. Log cabin. Oh, I would love a log cabin. There are so many gorgeous log cabins around here. And old ones too, like really old log cabins that they originally put together with mud. But I love the Elmer's Glue All. Susan the Lumberjack. Lumberjack Susan. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Don't play over there. Luckily we have a dresser there, so you can't play there. No, that's pretty backbreaking work. That's pretty backbreaking work. We don't have, I'm surprised because we don't have a lot of fieldstone around here, which I'm at the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains. So you would think that there would be more fieldstone, just thinking about how the earth is built. But of course, nothing goes as you expect, right? But there really isn't. I don't have a lot of nice rocks in my yard. I got like crumbly, irony rocks. They're all iron crud, When I lived in Massachusetts, though, everybody's foundation was built out of fieldstone. I mean, I owned a house. Every house in my family had a fieldstone foundation. You know, when it rained, water seeped in everywhere, and you know, it's good. Old-fashioned leaky walls. Oh yeah, so Vermont had lots of fieldstone because I lived in Massachusetts and it had lots of fieldstone. Lots and lots of fieldstone. I know when I'm getting north, when I'm driving up 81, because I start to see the stone walls showing up in Pennsylvania. I say, yep, we're north. There's the stone walls. Because we don't have that here, which just really surprises me because of the mountains. But I guess that the mountains here just, they don't want to be, you know, they don't want to leave little mountain poop rocks everywhere. When I was at Hobby Lobby last week, I found these cards too. These greeting cards, which I thought were perfect, and they were $1.30. Those. New Hampshire and Vermont are beautiful states. They are beautiful. And Maine, you know, I loved Maine. I used to love going to Maine. I loved the coast, you know, up there. I grew up out on the coast. I was very fortunate to have family out there. Yeah, you guys have mountains out there? Yeah. I painted this. This is that ugly bronze that I got all streaky, but when you die cut it, you know, the streakiness looks cool, I promise. It really does. And that's what I was using this for, is die cuts, so it really cool at one time, I promise. It looked better than it looks today. What am I going to do on this one? I have to do some repairs on this, I guess. Christy, I am making covers because I have a craft fair coming up, and I'm making prayer journals for the craft fair because I live in the Bible Belt, pretty much, like the beginning of it. So prayer journals are very, I think, something relatable for the people around here. So I'm just repairing some of the ones I've already done, and I'm waiting for glue to dry. And if you want, I could set out all my things that are drying and we could watch it, right? Because that's fun too. Watching glue dry. I'm just trying to get rid of the ones that I gotta punch some corners. Thank you. That was a printable from that was a printable from thegraphicsfairy.com. Yes, I'm aware of that, Jamie. But at the time that I did this, my patience was much less than my willingness to do it properly. You see, I have that problem sometimes where I get a new die, and at that point, it was buttons. I bought buttons dies, right? Because I love the idea of little buttons that you can put on things. So I just wanted metallic buttons, and I did not want paint. So my patience was, you know, null and void that day. I did not have any patience. What is going on here? Paper sticking out everywhere. There's my good measuring skills. Oh my goodness. I made a whole video the other day. It's like 45 minutes long. And the whole video was like one giant screw up. I just screwed everything up on the video. And it's funny because when I'm making a video that I'm not going to keep, I say on the video, and this video is a dud. As if anybody else is going to know about that except for the recycling bin on my computer. So yeah, that was fun the other day. I should have posted it. You know, I should just post my screw up videos. Here is what not to do. Well, you know, I forget whose live chat I was in, but I had said on somebody's live chat, I said, if you want to look at art, you come to my channel and I'll show you. I'll show you just how to screw things right up. Come on over and we'll screw things up. That's why I leave a lot of my mistakes in my videos. I don't care. I'm not in it to, you know, yeah, you may or may not see this, yeah. I really, you know, fly by the seat of my pants, you know, because you really get the raw deal when you're watching my videos, you know. I don't really edit a lot of stuff out. Like, you know, those people who have like the perfect videos where they're so amazingly, everything is so amazingly right all the time. Not me. I'm like one step away from being rated R over here. I know. I know. Jamie cracks me up too. I just love it. Okay. Okay. Every single time. Every time. Like, I know when that's coming now. I know when it's coming. I'm a professional at predicting the okays. But I just leave all my screw-ups. I'm like, you know what? Whatever. Because people do. Somebody is going to learn. Either that or somebody's going to laugh. And either way, I change someone's life. Whether they learn something or they laugh, I did something that day. Yeah, you know, sometimes I try and do all the tedious stuff first. Like I try and have my pages cut first and, you know, my cart. Like tonight, before I came on and did this, I got all of my cover bases glued. Like I have 2 more to go. Well, 3. I have 3 more to go. So I made sure I got them all taped down, you know. I try and do the stuff that, and you know, I know this, I'm like just sitting here fixing them now because I want them to be sticky. I want them to stay stuck down in the corners, you know. Oh, is Jamie leaving? Good night, sweetheart. Thanks for coming to hang out. I'm glad to have seen you and caught up because, like I said, I was just thinking about you today and wondering how you were doing. I'll shoot you a message on Facebook and check in. All the Jamies. I had 1 week where I had 3 Lauras in here, and now I have 2 Jamies in here. Who would have thought? What are the odds of that, right? I just collect people of the same names. I do this the opposite. Actually, I have some. This was one of the books that came with all those books I got. Look at how old those papers are. I know, I was just going to say, Susan, that I'm due for a night of Susans because Susan is also, we have quite a few Susans kicking around. Look at that paper. Isn't that like just stunning? Look how antiqued it already is. And I love this cover. What a beautiful cover. You know, I come across all these books, and as much as I love the books, I think that's some of my favorite parts that were used as bookmarks in the pages, because there were some gorgeous, gorgeous bookmarks, you know, that I loved. I'm going to just do paper on these covers, because this one here is kind of This box was not the best one to use. It's kind of wonky, so the papers will probably help hide some of the imperfections. Crocodile in my way. My corner chompers were one of my Christmas presents, and I'll tell you, they were worth the money. I love those silly things. So what's everybody been working on lately? I hope that I hope you're getting some creative time in to your busy schedules. We are going through, we have 2 storage trailers outside, one, two 53-foot box trailers. So we've been going through that because in the back of one of those box trailers, which is technically the front, but I call it the back because I don't go in that way. It's all the way in the back. But we have a Model T in there. My husband bought a Model T a long time ago. And it's sitting in that trailer, so we're cleaning one out so we can get the Model T out of the trailer. Nine more days? Why? Why 9 more days? Oh, that must be coming out beautiful, Christy. That must be coming out gorgeous. I've been getting ready for this craft fair when I'm not, cleaning that trailer out. Man, it's amazing how much stuff, though, when you put something in storage for a long time and then realize you don't need it. I get so much stuff. Yes, I have to work on a recipe journal too. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe that will be our project next week. I'll get all the pages torn out. I'm going to do an altered, an altered book. But I got the perfect book for it. Oh, yes. Was it carpal tunnel? Did you have the carpal tunnel surgery? Of course, don't I have to drop a paper right in the worst place to try and pick it up? Yeah, next week we'll do it. I have the book picked out and everything for the recipe journal. So next week for sure I'm going to do the recipe journal. Because I had told my husband that would be his birthday present, and I haven't even started it yet. So technically it's supposed to be a Christmas present. But it's moved. It's been delayed. Because I'm going to get these covers done over the next couple days. We're expecting some rain next week, so the beginning of the week, if I'm not working upstairs, then I'm definitely going to be finishing these things because I just get sick of doing the same thing. I have to change my projects all the time. I think that's why I keep so many going at a time, because I get sick and tired of doing the same projects. Like I did all those scavenger hunt journals for kids. I made 50. Actually, I made 49 because I screwed up one of the bundles of signatures and I cut it an inch short. So I scrapped that book. But so 49 books I made up. And all the papers were all different kind of papers, so I had to cut them in small batches, It was no fun. It was no fun. So, yeah, it was a lot of work. And I got them all done in about a week because I was so sick and tired of doing them. I was so sick of it. But it worked out nicely because I got rid of a bunch of scrap paper that I didn't like. Like scrapbook paper, which were big bright colors, so kids like bright. With, patterns that made me dizzy, kids like dizzy patterns, right? Kids like crazy stuff. So they work perfectly for a kid style journal, My daughter's in there scolding my husband because he had a Pop-Tart without telling her. You ate a Pop-Tart. You had a Pop-Tart, huh? You ate a Pop-Tart. Oh my God. Her attitude is she's turning out to be just like her mother. Poor kid. But moving stuff around in that trailer today, man, that really kicks your butt. Maybe I'll finally lose a few pounds. Doubt it, but I can dream, right? I can dream. But one thing I've learned about chipboard covers is that, and this goes for any cover, I guess, if you have a problem with it, like if it's cut a little weird, I showed on my video last night how my cover was not cut very straight. If you give it a busy looking background, you never even know. I have this weird wonkiness over here from it sitting in my recycling bin. And once I cover it up with this paper, you have no idea. You have no idea that it's looking weird over there. So when in doubt, make it confusing. When in doubt, load it up with book pieces. It works out very nicely. Everything I do comes out wonky. That's why I like rough measure, and it still ends up wrong. I use the perfect measuring system and cutters and whatever, and it still comes out wrong. Like I was talking earlier, I have that We Are Memory Keeper scoreboard / trimmer. And using that thing and using the measurements on that thing is the closest I've gotten to straight, but it still comes out wrong. It still comes out all funky. It's the closest thing I've gotten so far, but because I had a big guillotine cutter that was my husband's, but the blade needed to be trimmed. The blade needs to be sharpened. And I took it out of here as much as I like the guillotine style because I have a very small space that I'm working in that does not have the room for something that I can't put under my table, which I couldn't. I don't worry about it either. I just make it look busy. Because then when it looks busy, you don't even realize how ugly of a cutting job you did. Just make it look busy. And then when in doubt, throw something around the edge. Throw a little piece of ribbon or fabric, you know, throw a little piece of lace on there and it'll be all straightened out, you know. I don't worry about it. I don't care. I mean, I've had some nasty looking cutting jobs, let me tell you. Whew. Embarrassment to sharp objects everywhere. This one's gonna dry. And where's one of my other image? And I line things up roughly. Like I'm the type of, like, you know, a good little doobie would measure this out, make sure that it's centered on there. I'm like, looks good. This stupid thing comes from Walmart. I got a whole pack of them. Well, these are two separate. I bought two separate packs. They're like those multi-brush packs in the craft section, and you get a whole bunch of different looking ones. I have an orange one too, but it's out in my storage drawer. But yeah, it came with like 3 or 4 different sizes. This one's 1 inch and this one's a 1/2 inch. And the thing that I like most about it is the bristles are plasticky, nylon-y crap, you know, but each individual strand is thick, but it goes on like it's very fine haired. You know what I mean? It goes on like a fine haired brush, which is what I like, because then you don't see the brush strokes with this as bad. Yeah, one of these was orange. The only downfall, I've been through a few sets of these. This one I haven't used as much. This one's still kind of new. But look, it's still kind of new and it rusts up. But I think that the multi-pack of paintbrushes that it comes out of costs like $4 something, you know, $4. So it's worth the rust to pay only $4 and get, you know, a handful of gluey throwaway brushes that you don't have to care about loving tenderly, you know. I think it came with a couple of sponges and, you know, like the sponge brushes, and these brushes too. And you know, I said to my husband, I said, I gotta buy from Lowe's. I want to get a soft bristle 1 inch paintbrush because I need something to behave like a fine hair. But then I remembered, I was like, well, I have these things, you know, and they work the same way. I really like how they go on. I really like how they do. I have another one that I really like too that I have out in the sink, which is like a regular paint. You know, everybody talks about those paintbrushes, baby blue. Well, I bought another one of those in a multi-pack, and it looks exactly like the baby blue brushes that everybody talks about, except it came in one of those multi-packs that cost like $5. And I love that brush for everything. I use it for everything. I use it for paint. I use it for glue. These ones here I pretty much only use for glue because it does streak the paint, but it works great with any kind of glue or sealer. Yeah, I have a varnish only brush. I have, you know, stain only brush. I have I might put music pages on the inside of this one from my hymns. I have, you know, I try and keep my brushes kind of separate. Like I had this can, right? Look at all these stupid brushes. Oh my God. Like, what am I going to do? I only hold on to the kids' brushes because I got kids. Like, look at all these brushes. They came from those like multi-packs. I don't own a single good brush. You know, I feel so fancy because I have a fan brush. I have one fancy fan brush. You know, I got some that are supposed to be like good artist brushes that I bought at a thrift store, and they suck. I throw them out every time I come across another one. But I hardly use any of these. Once in a while, I need one little one, I'll pick out a small one, but I hardly use any of those. I just keep them now, I guess, so people think I'm an artist, So if someone walks in my house, they go, oh, this girl must be good. She does art. Little do you know the beating I give those paintbrushes. It's brush abuse. But I don't think I could use an expensive paintbrush. I don't think I could use one. I bought this thing at Hobby Lobby just last week when I went there last week, and I had the it was like 40% off the Master's Touch. So this came to $2.50, and it's an inch and a half, which is perfect. Yeah, that's why I bought this thing. This thing was $2.50. I was like, well, you know what? I'm not gonna. I wouldn't spend $5 on it, but I'll spend $2.50 and ruin it. What do I care? Clearance stuff is the best. I try and do clearance as much as I can. Or coupons. Hobby Lobby has their paper punches on sale. This week, they do the 40% off they do it like once a month, I swear to God, on their punches. So I just ordered 2 circle punches. Can you believe that I do not own a circle punch? I own circle dies, and that's it. I have the Biggs die that does circles, but I do not own a punch that does circles. Like, are you kidding me? I was going to buy a circle punch is like the kind of thing that I'm gonna buy all the time. It's always on my list. But then when it comes right down to it and I have the opportunity, I don't take it. Like one of those scrapbook yard sale groups on Facebook, somebody had a whole bunch of circle punches from Stampin' Up! For sale for a good price. They were like $4 a piece, I think. They had, 4 or 5 different sizes. And I didn't jump on it because at that point I was like, well, do I really need it? And I didn't do it. I should have. Kicking myself now. Yeah, Malia, you really needed it. You needed it. So yeah, I'm like the only person I know that does not own a circle punch. Yeah, that's why. I'm like, I ordered a 1-inch and a 2-inch, and I'm like, I'm gonna try these 2 from Hobby Lobby. I have one of their corner punches, and it's okay. I like what it does, and I haven't had any problems with it, but the construction doesn't feel good. It feels floppy, like a flimsy plastic, I lied. I owned a circle punch, and I made a whole bunch of I cut out of chipboard a whole bunch of, it was a 5/8 circle punch, and the only place I could find that size was from, like China. So I bought it, and then I broke it, and I returned it. I was like, hey, listen, this thing doesn't go through it was cardstock that I was doing. I was like, this thing doesn't go through cardstock, so guess what? No use for this. So I owned a circle punch for about 5 minutes, and then that was the end of that. But I'm going to use the crap out of that circle punch now that I'm actually ordering it. I'm like, you know what? I have 5,000 things I need to use that thing for. And I'm thinking of pockets, where you cut a half a circle. Yeah, some of those cheaper ones and the Hobby Lobby ones feel cheap to me. So maybe it won't go well. I don't know. Maybe it will. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But for a start, just to get myself in the circle punch door, I'm gonna get them. And I'm having them shipped, and this is the first time I'm ever having anything from Hobby Lobby shipped. So I don't go there often. Like I went there last week. So, you know, this whole live stream and talking about things I got at Hobby Lobby, that was one trip. You know, I bought like 4 things. So that was like the end of that. Now I won't go there for another 6 months, you know, but I'm having these shipped and the shipping was like $6. And I was like, well, you know what? I guess it's worth the money. I don't know when they're going to get here though. It's not like it's been marked shipped. If they even do that there, I don't know. I don't know what kind of barbarians those people are. So we'll see how these circle punches work. I'll keep you posted as a non-paid spokesperson. Yeah, I try not to go either. The only reason that I went was because everybody's going on and on about the Tim Holtz clearance. So I go there and Tim Holtz was on sale, but it was no clearance. There were no distress inks for $1.50 a pad. No, they were like, oh, we're going to let you have this stuff at 40% off. So instead, the price is still way too much for your budget. You know, so I wasn't going to buy any of that, but I did buy some archival ink for the 40% off. It was worth it to buy a few of the small ink pads. It came to like $3 for 3 ink pads, worth it to me. And then I just bought clearance. You know, I got that. They had a whole big bag of book work in this fabric store, and you don't have any idea the stuff that you sell. It's not like these old Singer machines are much different than newer ones. One of his Singer machines takes different needles. It does, and it's a pain to try and find them. But the rest of it is pretty much the same. It's not like there's anything fancy. Singer has stayed pretty universal with their bobbins and their needles and everything. And fabric is fabric. He was looking for an upholstery fabric to do the doors on the inside of his Model T. And they had no idea. They had no idea what he was looking for. You know, he even brought a piece of the like little fabric beading that they put on the inside of old car doors. He even brought a piece of it, and they're like, because these stores, and it's that way everywhere. It's that way at Lowe's and Home Depot. These stores hire just any warm bodies now. Nobody has experience. People at Lowe's and Home Depot don't have construction experience. No, they have cash register experience. So, oh, great. We'll put them in the flooring department where they know nothing at all about flooring. And, you know, have people ask them questions all day that they can't answer. That's my rant for the day. Too many inexperienced human beings in our society. We do so much renovations. We're at Lowe's so much. Like I could probably get a job there and kill it and be like the best. That's how well I know that store now. Good night, Jamie. Yeah, I've got to get going too because it's bedtime and this is my daughter's bedroom. So it's time for night. Thanks for hanging out. I had a lot of fun. I do have to get going, everyone, so that I can put the baby to bed. Luz, are you sure you don't mind giving up that paper cutter? Because they are expensive. If you want anything for it, for real, just let me know. I have no problem with that. I'll send you an email tonight. And you should be getting your package, hopefully 2 packages. I lied because I can't. That stuff in 1 package. So you should be seeing those by the end of the week. All right, I'll send you my address. Thank you so much. You are such a sweetheart. I hope you have a wonderful night. And give the family all my love. Good night.